Before we get into this episode of The Hassle of Hair, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First up, we have Castro's Pool Service and Repair. If you guys need your guys' pool serviced, maintenance, clean, fixed, Castro's Pool Service and Repair is the place to go. Their phone number is 209-675-5418. That's 209-675-5418. Check them out today, guys. Support those that support us. We have a new sponsor, guys. Our new sponsor, before we get into the episode, our new sponsor is Fun Zone Head Shop, the best head shop in town, guys. They're located at 525 I Street. That's 525 I Street. Follow them on Instagram, Fun Zone Head Shop. Fun Zone Head Shop. And I'll have all the links for you guys below.
It's birthday!
I'm Jesse.
I'm Raquel.
This is The Hassle of Hair, a podcast.
Going after your dreams.
A podcast about going after your dreams.
Okay.
But no, it's a podcast about going after your dreams and finding your passion in life.
Yes.
And we're The Hassle of Hair.
For the Hassle of Hair?
We are The Hassle of Hair. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you. I went to Susanville to corner a fighter. And then what'd you do?
I took up a last-minute photo booth. So that was fun. It was for our friends. Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was in a specific place, right?
Oh, yes. It was at their duck club. When they said duck club, I was thinking like a small hall kind of thing. Like something like Elks Club. Elks Lodge, sorry. I was thinking something like Elks Lodge.
Yeah.
But it's...
Here, bring it closer to you.
The best way I could describe it is like a barn dominium. What?
So you said barn dominium the last time?
Yeah.
I have no idea what a
Google-
barn dominium is.
Google it. Google it.
Google barn dominium?
Yeah.
Barn dominium. How do you even spell that?
Sound it out. Go to the Google search. Yeah. It's one word. Can you turn the brightness up? It's literally looks like that one right there. The first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like that. It's not as newer as that, but yeah, it looks just like that.
And it's just
It's except for where that glass is, it has like a roll-up door and stuff like that.
yeah. It's just it's a barn converted into a house, basically.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was really nice.
So like if you're not from Los Baños or if you are not from like a
Country town.
Are we really a
town.
country town?
We are. We're country.
There's like when the people come out here for duck season and they duck.
They duck.
They come out here for duck season and they
Quail
hunt.
season.
And people have like there's one road off of what is it? The Four Corners. That road that's the Four Corners before you're going to Turlock. But
Four Corners is not here.
Not Four Corners, but the
it's like Mercy Springs and
that road. If you go down that road,
Badger Flat.
Yes, Badger Flat. There's a bunch of houses that people own that they only come for hunting season, for duck season.
Oh.
It's pretty wild
What
to
is this,
me.
fucking Looney Tunes?
I don't know. I just thought it was pretty wild.
You ever hunt?
Have I ever
Yeah, have
hunted?
you ever hunt? Yeah.
No. I don't know. There's just like something about like staying. I hate camping. Right? I hate camping.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate camping. And like I like going camping with my buddies.
That's not even camping. That's literally doing everything you're doing at home, but doing out at the park, but just not having any responsibility.
Yeah, we used to go camping every year.
No, they still go. You just don't go.
Yeah. But we used to go camping every year. I used to go camping every year. And they would, here's the thing, like they would just bring sandwiches, stuff for sandwiches, white bread, ham and cheese, and then
hot chips.
Like nothing but hot Cheetos, hot Lays. Like that was the only thing we ate. We had nothing else. Like we didn't have any like meat. Like it was just beer, ham and cheese sandwiches, and hot chips.
Your camping and my camping are totally different.
Yeah, that's not camping to me.
No, that's not
Maybe
camping.
that's why I hate camping.
Did you go before though? Like,
Yeah, I used to go camping all the time with my family. Dude, like it's crazy because my uncle, he made a group called the the Los Compadres.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just a family group. Like he made sure there would be a big Los
So it was like
Compadres.
a family reunion?
Not a family reunion, but it was just like a get together. So my uncle was very like social. Like
Can you not leave your water by the laptop? Sorry.
my uncle was very social, right? And he would love big events, or is social. He's still alive, but he loved gatherings. So he just like I don't like. It would be cool to talk to him about it, but he started this thing called Los Compadres, and we would go camping every year. We'd have one big trip, and he'd make shirts. Yeah, it was cool. We'd go to Manteca in Manteca, California, and there were slides. There used to be slides over there.
Oh, the water park? Yeah, they closed that.
Yeah, and like
I think they were opening it back up again, though. Or they opened something there.
I don't know.
I think it's Great Wolf Lodge, maybe, now that they put there.
But they had these water slides that we would go to, and then they had an arcade.
It had camping grounds, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that's where we camped. That we went camping.
That's where you camped?
Yeah, that's where we used to go every year. They had an arcade. The only thing that sucked was that you would have to take a shower like in these shitty showers.
That's normal for camping.
Yeah. But what we used to like, and there'd be a bunch of people in these showers. What we used to do, and it was high tech. Back then, they made the water bags. You used to throw it over the tree, and the spout would.
Let's be real. Did you even take a shower?
I don't know. Probably not. But it was dope, man. We used to go. I just remember it was big as a kid.
So they did change it to Great Wolf Lodge, huh?
Probably, but yeah. And
I went there a couple times when I was in high school. I think I was in high school. Yeah, I went a couple times. Or I think I went one time with one of my friends.
Yeah. And
we did camp there.
Like, I think that's like a big thing that we don't do as a family for our daughter.
Yeah.
For that, we don't have like a big family event. Like one thing that we always did was, I think Eva's around it.
What?
Even before I started coaching or even fighting, when there was a fight, like a big fight, we'll always go to a party.
Oh,
right?
And they would watch the fights.
Yeah, we'd watch the fights, get drunk. Like it's always been a thing. And that's the one thing I think that we routinely did.
She loves watching the fights though. Like this past weekend it was Nate Diaz
and Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, and I don't know about most people, but I wasn't gonna spend $70. It was like $70, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna spend $70, so we're both like, "How are we gonna watch this? Like, you weren't here to put it on, like, to stream it."
What are you talking about to stream it?
To watch it, to buy it. So we're scrolling through TikTok, and somebody literally paid for it, put their phone on it, and was like watching
Streamed it live.
Yeah, and so we're both on our phones like this. And everybody was talking shit in the comments like, dude, get better internet, get better this. Like, your fucking internet sucks. And people were like, you're the one talking. You're on here, but didn't even pay for it. But it was fun. We watched it. I believe we watched like starting at the second round. We were watching it. But she was like so excited about it though.
Yeah, it's I guess it's her thing, right? I mean,
she loves watching the fights with you, though. Like, if you guys are watching, like, what are the, like, when they're all in Vegas and they're doing the weigh-ins, or sometimes they do, like, the week where they video, like, Monday, Wednesday, like, you know what I mean?
I'm a degenerate. Like, UFC does probably the best at it when it comes to fight week. They take a lot from...
that fight week.
Yeah, they take a lot from, like, HBO boxing and Showtime boxing. Like, they have the fight week episodes like embedded, so up until weigh-ins there's a embedded episode, and it just shows behind the scenes how they're weighing in, how they're weight cutting, how they're training, when they show up to the when they get off the plane. Like, it's the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
I watch all that. And then they have the unfiltered, is it unfiltered or embed? Like, it's the whole, it's like the hour long one, and it just shows the training beforehand.
Yeah.
and then they show the pre-press conference, and I watched that, and then they show the weigh-ins. So I'll watch the actual weigh-ins, and then I'll watch the. Dude, I am crazy. Like, why do I do that? There's like, but then I watch the.
This is the thing. You don't just watch it one time. You know why? Because you'll start it and then you'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
So then you'll start it all over again.
Yeah.
And then once you start all over again, you'll fall asleep again.
But then
and you'll do that a couple times. And then
Yeah.
eventually Eva will sit there with you and then you will watch the whole thing.
Yeah. But it's cool because that's how Eva understands who's who.
Yeah.
Right? Those things make fans. Like, if you watch those with people that have never watched it, like, it makes fans out of people. And then I watched the ceremonial weigh-ins where they get on the stage. So if you don't watch UFC,
I'm pretty sure everybody watches UFC.
I don't know, maybe. So a lot of people don't. Like, you're in this world. Like, no matter if you think you're in it or not, like, this is what I've been doing for the past 3-4 years. So you're in this regional fight world, and you're always in the fight world, right? So there's a lot of people that don't watch it. But in the UFC, they used to not do morning weigh-ins. So they used to weigh in at night.
The night before?
Yeah, and I think it's all commissions. I'm not for sure. I think it's Vegas Commission and California Commission, they do the morning weigh-ins.
The fight? The morning
morning
of the fight?
before the fight.
How many times can you weigh in? How many times can you weigh in?
From the time, so like they'll have a time when they'll have the time to get on the scale, right? And it could always be pushed. Like, so even this weekend, I even watched for this fight, I even watched the weigh-in show. That was dope with Daniel Cormier and and all them. Like, you saw me sitting there just watching it, right? Is
that when they were drunk?
They weren't drunk.
Were they drink? They were drinking.
So you think anybody with a beer is drunk?
They come on.
No, they weren't drunk.
Rewatch it. Though.
I don't think they're drunk. I think they're just having a good
maybe
time.
they were buzzed.
Well, no, I don't think buzzed. They knew. So if you weren't catching the UFC fights, Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz, like, they weren't all supposed to fight. They're
it was a big old
Chimaev,
clusterfuck.
Lost. I mean, didn't make weight, so they switched it all around.
People didn't make weight. That's the thing.
I think they knew everything that was going on already, and they kind of had to
play it off like they didn't know what was going on.
Like, yeah, because Daniel Cormier came out with the video. Like, after everything happened, Daniel Cormier came out with the video before he even did so it was timestamped after everything happened. But when you listen to the video, it was before the weigh-in show. I'm getting that right. Like, it was before the weigh-in show. So he already knew everything that was going on.
He already knew that so-and-so didn't make weight. He already knew that
he wasn't
Diaz was going to fight Ferguson.
He didn't. I don't know if he knew that. Maybe he did. I don't know. But, like,
I mean, once that happened, we all kind of assumed, okay, those two were going to fight. It was a given.
But it's crazy because I watched everything. Right? I watched everything. Even, like, if I miss some stuff, I'll watch it the next week. Right? And then
you're probably going to watch this all over again.
Yeah. And then I'll watch the post conference. Like, right after the fights, I'll watch the post conference. Sometimes, you know, it's crazy. Sometimes I don't even watch the fight, and then I'll watch the post conference.
And then watch the fight?
Yeah, and then watch the fight. And then, like, it's just, I don't know, I love this stuff. I love the media part. It's super cool because, like, UFC, like, really, I mean, they did take some stuff away from other sports. But they do it. I think they do it way better than any other sport.
I feel like that's probably the most watched thing, probably.
What?
That, like, the whole week thing, like fight week and the weigh-ins and all that.
Well, it's interesting to me. Like, what's interesting is, like, really thinking about it. Like this, like, I was thinking about it because it's a controversial thing. If all that happened was real, like Chimaev, I think is if you say his name Chimaev, if he didn't make weight, it was there's like conspiracy that they planned this and they put it all together. Like, that because they're giving Nate Diaz an unfair fight, so they wanted to give him a good fight because there was not enough pay-per-view buys, they thought.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a conspiracy. But then it got me thinking of like how hard it is to sell a show, right? Like the money it takes to sell anything, right? Like you
I mean, if they could sell wrestling, they could sell this.
yeah.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but like it takes, like I'm saying the hype. So they're building the fight beforehand. They're pushing it on social media. Then they do all these the embedded. They do all those shows. Fight week, they're on it. They're trying to push it. Everybody's doing interviews everywhere. Like all that's a beast to get people to buy the pay per view. Like to me, the I guess the procedure of all of it and like building it, I think I find it super interesting. Like it's cool, like because you have this product. Everybody thinks like it's followers, right? Yes, followers help, and if you have a bunch of followers, you'll get eyes on you. But then it's a lot different to get someone just to watch something that's for free. But to make someone buy it.
I mean, I didn't buy it.
You know, like I don't know. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Speaking about fighting, I don't know if you know. Do you know who Anderson Silva is?
Yes, that's the guy that got in an accident, ran from the accident. That's the guy that broke his leg. That guy?
That's John Jones.
Oh.
So Anderson Silva is the Spider Silva.
Okay. Take that part out.
Okay, maybe if you show him.
Show me a picture.
Okay.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
So he's one of the.
Does he have like an accent?
He's Brazilian.
Okay, so he does have an accent.
I was watching his press conference earlier.
Oh
I don't know if you saw.
That's so funny. I'm so sorry for any disrespect.
What? It's not racist because he's Brazilian, right?
Didn't say that. I'm saying because I confused him with someone with a bad reputation for all the stuff he did bad.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Anderson Silva. So this is him right here.
He has okay.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, like his head movement, like he was the first one to come up, and his striking was like.
Oh shit! I know this
point.
is old, but like.
So it's so she's watching Anderson Silva and Dan Henderson.
How old is this? 3 years ago?
No.
How old is that? What does it say?
That's like 2000.
It says 2019.
11?
So it's about 10 years.
2011.
11 years.
I think so.
Oh my god!
You're gonna get me thinking. All right, so Anderson Silva versus Dan Henderson. When was that? So I think Raquel does a good job at like. I don't know how other people like how other wives or other. So it was how other significant others do it, but Raquel does a good job in like really throwing herself into stuff that I love.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Is there times where you just get tired of fighting?
All the time.
Like the fight stuff?
All the time.
Really?
Really.
But you do a good job at hiding it.
I think if I ask, then I'm like interested. Because then there'll be times where you come home and I'm just like done with hearing about fighting for the day.
Yeah.
But if I ask, I have no problem. I just want to know what's going on. But if it's something that
2008
is consuming 2008.
Yeah. Silva
Holy
versus
fuck.
Henderson was 2008.
But if it's something that's consuming, like that's all you're talking about throughout like the day or the week or whatever, then I'm just like done with it. Like I don't want to fucking hear it anymore.
Yeah. But this is why I brought it up because Anderson's
old, like an older gentleman.
No, he's always built like that. He was never like shredded.
No, I'm not saying shredded, but he just looks his facial features from right here, like right there, he just looks so much older.
But I don't know. I think he's always like
That
He's
guy's
always
always
looked
in
at.
fucking sunglasses.
Who, Tony Ferguson?
Yes.
No, but so the reason why I brought this up is because Logan Paul's fighting. I mean, Jake Paul's.
It says Logan
Oh,
Paul.
Logan Paul.
It says
What?
Logan Paul versus Anderson Silva.
I don't know. That's not. Why is it? I believe it's Jake Paul, right?
Mm.
Yeah, Jake Paul's fighting. Come on. Who got that? MMA Mania got that wrong.
But that's old.
Oh, it is old. Whoopsie. I tried to bring it up. So,
Good
yeah.
job.
So Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva.
Dude, where's your fucking glasses at?
No, I just wanted to get your take on like
I don't see
I
him
don't
as
really-
a fighter. I just see him as like a YouTuber.
yeah.
I mean, but people say they're athletic and like, I mean, maybe if they weren't in like social media and stuff like that, like that wasn't their thing, I don't know if they would even be fighting. But maybe because they are in social media and they have a big name and following that they are fighting. Because like I feel like people that work their asses off aren't getting as much recognition as they are for fights or opportunities.
So here's the difference, right? Jake Paul is actually putting in the work, right? He is actually training. He is actually like basically sacrificing his life for this, right? Sacrifices his money, his credibility. And at first, like we don't talk about this at all. Like,
No, but what I'm
in
saying
our
is,
household.
yes, he might be working for it,
yeah.
but what about someone else that's been working as long as him and hasn't got the opportunities he has?
See, this is where
That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, their name is known, but they also talk a lot of shit to get a lot of people's reactions and to hear things, like to get what people want to, like to get a reaction out of people.
So this is where I start thinking about stuff and like. So he's making money because he works his ass off. He didn't get lucky, right? No, just hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. He didn't get lucky, all right? He learned how to market himself. That's the first thing he learned, right? He learned YouTube. He learned the new age of media.
I didn't say he got lucky.
So I'm saying a lot of people they view him as someone that got lucky or someone that shouldn't be where he's at.
Okay.
So he started off like learning how to market himself, learning how to in this new age. It's a new age of media.
Yeah.
Like me and you are like a small but a perfect example of like, okay, things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He picked up on that way before anybody did. He learned how to market himself. He taught himself. Then he gets a little bit older. He goes into boxing and working his butt off. He's winning,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's beating these people. He's challenging, and people keep on saying like, "Well, it's not a good fighter." And then he gets another a fighter that's better than the person before, and better than the person before, and he keeps on winning.
Mm-hmm.
He's making all this money because he works his ass off in marketing. Fighting and marketing are two different things. Yes, fighting's not the NFL. Fighting's not NBA. Like, I mean, yes, NBA and NFL, you don't have to market yourself to make money, right? But fighting's different from the NBA and NFL, right? It's not a powerhouse yet like that, and there's no seasons, right? The UFC is getting so big because they're having a fight every weekend. So
Yeah.
eventually, the UFC is going to get as big as the NFL, the NBA, and they're not going to have to. I don't know. It's just
They want somebody that they don't have to market that's already marketing themselves.
if there's a fighter complaining about money, like that they're not making enough money and they're sitting like. Most likely they're not working they're working their butts off if they're winning, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they're winning, they're working their butts off in the gym, right? But then if you're not working your butt off to make money, right? Like you have to do both. Like you either get up and you go make money or you don't. It's that simple, right?
Well, I mean, before fighters were making money when they had those sponsors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they were making money when they had sponsors.
But you're just talking about the UFC because He has sponsors. He has
No,
like
but
all
I'm
this.
saying like
UFC's the only one where it's just one logo.
now it's one logo, but before they had sponsors. They were able to wear their sponsors on their pants or their shirt, or if they wore shirts or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like they were making money then.
Yeah, but you're talking about the UFC. Just the UFC.
Yeah,
Everything.
because you said
I'm talking
fighters.
about all of fighters.
You said fighters.
Yeah, I'm talking about all fighters, right? All fighters. The UFC, like, they're one part of it, but I'm talking about all fighters. Like, there's so much money to be made out there.
How much
Right?
money are they gonna make off this fight?
I don't know.
Like, what do you think?
What do I think? I think millions, but like what I'm trying to say is like, if you work your butt off, the money's there. The fight industry is growing so big, right? It's growing so big that, like in NFL, I think we talked about this before about like how like equipment manager in the NFL is like making super good money,
Yeah.
right? And like everybody in that industry is making a lot of money, right? The MMA is barely growing, and I'm so happy that I decided to do martial arts and decided to keep myself in this thing, to be around it, right? It's growing, like, and the way I'm gonna say this is, look it. We are a small time podcast, right? We're a small time podcast, and I'm an amateur fighter, and I coach amateur fighters. Amateur fighters. We're not big time, but look at the exposure that we get from just doing what we're doing, right? It all started off with fighting, right? And if I can make this much money, right? I don't know. It's hard to say because you have to train in order to be like good at fighting. Can't spend your time trying to market yourself. So it's like a balance, right? I don't see the hate on why they give Jake Paul so much hate, right? He proved to be a fighter.
I see why people are upset
Yeah.
about it, because there are people that have been fighting longer than him that aren't getting some of the opportunities. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's
so that's something to understand.
But what I'm learning is that hate.
It's not hate though, but imagine if you're working your ass off and you're working your ass off longer than this guy has.
Yeah.
And you haven't got the same opportunities or someone to even look at you.
That should tell
so
you.
So it's not hate though. It's not hate.
But that should tell you that the industry has grown to that level, right? That opportunity is there. Now go get it. And this is more than fighting, because what you're talking about happens in every industry, right? People look at that person like, why are they getting more money than me? Why are they doing better than me? It's like the podcasting thing. Like, I don't look at everybody else like, oh, like other local podcasts, and look at them and like, why are they making more money? Why are they getting more sponsors? Why are they doing better? Do you know what I mean? Like, it.
Let's stop talking about fighting. I'm getting annoyed. I'm not annoyed. I'm just getting bored.
Yeah, we probably lost all the listeners.
Because then you would continue to like talk about it, like if you were able to, like the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
one more thing about that fight, Jake Paul and Silva.
No.
This is the first press conference where he wasn't talking shit.
Who wasn't?
He was super respectful.
Jake Paul?
Yeah, super respectful.
When are they? Okay, question.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to fight this year?
Yes, October and a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be MMA or boxing.
Boxing.
It's gonna be boxing.
Yes. So,
okay.
but Speaking
No,
about
no
that,
more, no more fight talk.
oh, I was gonna say about my weekend.
Oh, okay, go. Yeah, you can talk about your weekend. Just
So
no more about these people.
I went to go coach a fighter. I went to go corner a fighter.
Mhm.
Won't really talk about the fight. And I mean it. The guy that I cornered, he's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy. Like, so I'll put it this way: he got in the cage, he fought,
Mhm.
and then I mean he lost, and the very next day, he did a roping contest. This dude's like, he's a wild man. This guy's wild. He's a cowboy, straight up cowboy. All right, he does horses' shoes. I don't know what you call that. Like, he shoes horses, and I don't know. He cleans their shoes, but
He shoots horses.
I got video of him roping too. I don't know. Like,
Do you?
very next day. It's pretty wild.
Remember when you wanted to do that?
I don't want to. I really don't. And now I don't.
But it wasn't roping. It was something else. What was it?
Just basically like steer wrestling. Like, if you're not in that world, like,
You're
the
not
ranch world,
in that world.
I'm not in that world. But like, people, they make a lot of money. Like, I was talking to the guy that fought. He said, like, the grand prize that he was doing, the grand prize was $6,000, and that's a smaller show.
Grand prize of what?
Of just roping.
Shoeing a horse?
No, roping.
Oh.
So like they two guys go out there and two guys go out on horses, and one gets the neck, one gets the. This
sounds like a porno.
One gets the feet, and it's cool because, like, fuck. Two guys, one steer. I don't know, but like, yeah. So that was the fighter I coached. But my weekend wasn't like a trippy weekend because of that fight. It was more trippy going to Susanville. I don't know if you've ever been to Susanville, but it's like right by Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
It's up north, right by Nevada.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. Like, we're in Los Baños, and people think we're in the middle of nowhere.
When we've been to Reno before, did we ever pass through that?
No.
It's like,
it's higher than that.
Okay.
And so I'm looking forward.
Is it like a Hills Have Eyes kind of town?
Yes, big time. Like, the first thing I did, because you're just looking around, like, you're just like, man, what?
Did you lock your doors?
So like you're going through forest to get to there, and there's nothing around you. I mean, they have a shopping center. It's a normal town, but there's the people. Let's put it this way: I seen about 20 mullets when I went to Save Mart.
They had they had a Save Mart?
Yes, Safeway, Save Mart, one of those. But 20 mullets. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. 20 mullets. We go into.
Was there any people of color there besides you?
No. No. It was all white people. And so I get there. What was I saying? I was saying there's 20 mullets. Oh, and we go to pizza party pizza, whatever, some pizza place, and you go
guys
inside.
Went to a pizza party?
There, you go inside, and it's like this the pictures on the wall. They're from like the 90s, and everybody's dressed like the 90s. It was such a trippy feeling. Like, people had overalls and the like 90s tank tops. Like, it was weird. It was strange. And it was funny because the person I went with, he looked at one of the NASCAR pictures, and it had a Budweiser car that was Budweiser 11. He's like, Budweiser doesn't have a 11. I don't know NASCAR, he was telling me. And that car was from like 92.
Oh my God.
1992.
You were only 2 years old.
I know, but like, I'm telling you, it was trippy. Like, we went to a different world. And
simmer down, Back to the Future.
But the first thing I did when I got there was I asked, when we put gas, I went to the liquor store. The first thing I did was,
of course you would ask something.
I go, so what's there to do in Susanville? He's well, we're a casino. Like, saying like
all they have is
a casino.
That's it.
So I was like, I like to gamble.
Yeah, we know.
I like to gamble. I like to play blackjack. I really love blackjack. It's fun. Like, there's not that many things I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any, like, but blackjack's my thing. And so I was like, because fighting, people don't understand when it comes to fights, there's a shitload of waiting. Like, long, like, you're just waiting, right? So I was like, oh, I'll go play blackjack while I'm waiting. So we get there, and first we see, so we're on a reservation. Oh yeah, there wasn't just white people. There's Native Americans too. So the first thing I see this guy with, it was like he's huge. First he's like 6'4", 6'5", and he had like the Native American ponytail. I can't explain it.
Like, what do you mean?
Like
is it like up here only?
Yeah, it's not
So,
like a
like,
Mongolian.
I was
Not
gonna
like
say.
is it Mongolian?
I don't know.
I'm looking up Native American ponytail.
Wow. It's just a braid.
It's just a ponytail, right? But like the way he's just
I'm
huge.
saying you wow because you could have just say that. It's the Native American ponytail, guys.
But like he looked like the guy from Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god.
Do you ever play Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat? Is that the guy with the 4 arms?
No, you're really comparing him to a Native American?
Well, which one is it?
I'm at Native American.
Really?
So I forgot his name. What's his name? Nightwolf.
Oh, I was.
He straight up
comparing
looked
it-
like
no.
Nightwolf.
No.
He was huge. So this is Nightwolf.
Okay, I need to go back and watch that movie then.
So he was huge, and so that's the first thing I see when we go into the casino, and more mullets, like
More mullets?
and more mullets, and I walk in, and I'm like looking for the tables. I see the slot machines. I'm looking for the tables, and I'd never been to a casino like this. And I asked, "Oh, where's your guys' tables?" "Oh, we don't have any more tables. We stopped doing the tables because of COVID." So all they had were slots.
That's it?
Yes. And I'm sorry, like, a casino without tables is boring. But the only...
Was it 21 and over or 18?
It was 21 and over. And so we just waited in Susanville. That's actually
it?
why we went to the pizza place. Because there was nothing to do. I wasn't going to waste my money on slots.
You already did.
$20. And then we went to... It was just a trip, man. It was just a trip.
It's
After
like
the
they were,
fight...
like they were stuck in time.
Yes. After, like, there's no, like, it had that feel of, like, Los Baños is moving forward.
Mm.
You know, even though we complain, like, oh, Los Baños is small.
I don't complain. I like it small. I like being able to, for 5 minutes to go from here to Target. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I feel like Los Baños is perfect right now.
It is.
Like, that perfect in between, like, Susanville and San Jose.
Everybody that knows that passes through Los Baños is you obviously take the back roads on Fridays. You don't go down Pacheco or else you'd be stuck there.
Yeah.
Like, we already know that. We're perfect. We're fine. We're good.
Well, no, actually, you know that. I don't know that. I always end up on Pacheco in the traffic. I always tell myself, why did I go this way? Do you know what I mean?
It's because you never drive.
That is true. I drive myself.
You know what I hate, since we're talking about that, is you driving the Prius until there's no gas. Then you take the truck until there's no gas, until I put gas in the Prius, and then you start driving that.
Lately,
I'm like, dude, you have a fucking card. Put gas in.
yeah.
So you'll drive the Prius until there's no gas. And then you'll drive the truck because the truck has gas. And then when I finally get in the Prius, I'm like, what the fuck? It's on fucking E. Then I put gas in the Prius. And then when I go in the fucking truck, guess what? There's no fucking gas in there.
Yeah, lately
That
I
really
just
grinds my gears.
no, but like even I was like, why don't I put gas?
Why don't you put gas?
I don't know. It's such a I had these habits They're so weird.
That's the same as me saying, why don't you put toilet paper back in the bathroom? I don't know. Every time I go in there, it's magically there. Yeah, I put it.
I don't know. There's some stuff. There's stuff that you do for me that I don't know
That you don't realize?
that you do until it's not there anymore. See, so stop enabling me.
Well, grow up and be a man.
But I don't know.
Stop enabling me.
Did you find a current event?
I did not.
You didn't?
I
don't know why.
I looked. I didn't see anything.
Nothing
I didn't see
happened that
anything.
you've seen this weekend or this week?
No.
Nothing.
No.
So
I mean, so 9/11 did just pass, and me and Eva were talking about that.
Yeah.
And she's all, oh, where were you when that happened? And I said, I was getting ready for school because I was a freshman, I believe.
Yeah.
And I go, I was listening to the radio. And she looked at me and I go, yes, I listened to the radio back then because that's what they had.
What is this, 1925?
I told her, I was like, I was getting ready for school and I was listening to the radio. And I told her that they had reported, that a plane had hit the Trade Center before like everything came out. And I go, why are they making a big deal about a plane crashing? Like, planes crash all the time kind of thing, you know, not really realizing what was going on until I got to school and I was in first period and our teacher had told us, like, what had happened. I was like, oh, okay. So I told her, she's like, yeah, we're watching it in class about it and stuff like that. But before COVID happened, we actually had took a trip to Connecticut. Eva went to New York, like one of the days, and then I went a following day with me and my sister, and we actually got to visit the World Trade Center where they had like made the memorial and stuff.
Did Eva go?
She went with the class and stuff that she was with.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for that. I'm happy that she's gotten to experience everything that she's gotten to experience.
Yeah.
Like, her going to New York.
Connecticut, New York, Yale.
For people that don't know, like, I haven't been out of California.
You went to fucking Iowa.
Iowa. So
Iowa?
I went to Iowa.
Is it Iowa or
Yeah, Iowa.
Iowa.
So I went to
You
Iowa.
went to fucking Iowa.
Yeah.
And you've been to Texas.
Texas. I meant like, I didn't travel as a kid. Like,
Oh yeah.
I basically been in the Los Baños, San Jose area for like 99.9999999% of my life. Like, I really can't wait to explore.
Yeah, I didn't really do a lot either as a child. I've been till recently. And the only reason I went to Connecticut, I think I've said it before, is because obviously Eva was going to the East Coast and there was no way I was going to let my daughter, who's never been on a plane,
It's funny because
go to the fucking East Coast by herself.
When we were planning that trip for her, we're like, in my head, I was like, save money. She's going by herself. And then you're like,
I'm going.
No, me and my sister are going to go with her.
No, this is the thing. I was like, I'm going. I don't care if I have to go by myself. I'll stay in the hotel room the whole time until she's ready to get picked up and we get back on the plane and head home. And then my sister was like, I can't let you go by yourself. Yeah. And then she was like, I'm going with you. So then my sister came. And then her friend at the time came. So it was like 3 of us. I mean, we probably could have got kidnapped and killed out there for all we know. Did not happen, obviously. But yeah, I wasn't going to let her go all the way over there by herself.
Let's just pick up and go somewhere on a weekend. Me and you.
We have a child. We can't just leave her.
We can.
No.
Like where do you want? Like, so I really want to go to Tennessee. I want to go to Nashville.
I've been to Tennessee.
I want to go to. Have you been to Nashville?
I
want to go to Nashville, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I want to go to Graceland.
I've been to Memphis.
Memphis, like stuff like that. Like,
I think it's Memphis. Yeah, I think it was Memphis.
I love music. I love like, who was it? I found this.
We should go to Graceland.
Yes,
that's not is that in Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay, we should go to Graceland.
But like, I was sitting down and I was just listening to music, and then I found Japanese jazz. There's this famous Japanese jazz guitarist that I found.
Really?
Yeah, and like I was I was diving into him, and like it just made me. I just love music. I don't know.
Yeah, you listen to a bunch of different kinds.
You're plain.
Fuck you.
Like, okay, name an artist that you truly love that you don't think a lot of people know about.
I listen to everything. I just don't like one person, one band.
No, but like I'm not saying that. Like name an artist.
No.
You said no?
I said no.
Okay. Well,
You tell me you're Japanese
so
jazz.
again, I'm gonna tell you, you're the worst at podcasting.
I'm not just gonna pick one person.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
But
I'm not gonna just be
I'm
like,
not telling you to pick one person. What I'm telling you to do is
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
You saying no. So having a conversation is you saying no. No.
Find your people.
But no, you said like no. Like just the conversation.
I thought
ended.
about it. I was gonna say something else, but now you're just being really mean.
How am I being mean?
You're being very aggressive. You need to relax. Calm down.
What were you gonna say?
Calm down. I forgot because you yelled at me. But how did you hear? Okay. It's probably you came a rabbit hole for that. How did you come to that Japanese jazz?
I was just watching like guitarists on Instagram, and then it just popped up. His name is.
Does it sound like jazz though?
It's Masayo Yoshitanaka, and it's like bowling alley music.
How old is this?
Like super old, and like he's from Japan. Like in his concerts, like this is why I love social media, because you find people that are famous in different places that you've never even heard of. You know what I mean? So his name is Masayoshi Takanaka. He's a Japanese artist, composer, and producer. He was born in 1953 in Tokyo.
He's 69 years old.
69 years old.
And he still plays the guitar?
Yeah. So, like, when I tell him his concerts, like, were a shitload of people.
But this is in Tennessee or what?
No, I was just saying, like, I was going through music.
You need to do an ad like that.
Dude, this is sick. And, like, that's the thing. Like, I probably will.
You have some pictures like that at your grandma's, I think.
Of me playing the guitar?
No, of you like a kid.
Oh, with the headband?
No, like with the, like in the 90s, they used to take the photos and would have like the lasers in the back like that.
Yeah. Like,
that's pretty cool.
I'm telling you,
their social media artists way better than yours. Way better than yours.
Like music posters and then movie posters is where I get my inspiration from. I love it. But
yeah, way better.
So let's see if he has a
Instagram. He has to have social media.
But I don't know. So like you don't. There's no.
No, because
you don't have that music bone, huh?
It's still just a thing. It's not that I don't have the music bone. I like listening to everything.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it should just be like one band or one group or whatever that I'm like oohing or ahhing about. But when I was younger, growing up, my sister used to listen to like Green Day a lot, and I really liked 90s, like what would it be, like grunge?
Yeah.
90s grunge.
Yeah, that's pretty okay. So, if we're trying to find your unique interest in music, like what genres, like what do you like, what bands do you know from grunge?
Green Day. No, so I don't even know if it's like even grunge. It's just like
I
90s
guarantee you guys she names like 3 mainstream people. I could tell you who she's gonna name too. Let me guess it. Can I guess it?
Go for it.
Nirvana.
Okay, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Okay, next.
Alice in Chains.
No.
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 Hold on. Let me guess them. Pearl Jam.
No.
No. Okay.
Those sounds like yours, like your benefits concerts you would
Okay.
go to.
Okay. Name the bands.
Wait, what?
Name the bands. And first of all, Green Day is not 90s grunge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not 90s grunge. It's just 90s music.
Okay. So name the grunge.
There isn't any grunge. There's
so
no grunge.
who do you? So you?
It's like 90s. It's just 90s music.
Yeah.
90s music.
It's crazy because I was surrounded by music I didn't even know. Like, I realized the interest I have. I want to say knowledge because I'm not that knowledgeable, but when like the interest in it, like was there always. Like I would go to Streetlight Records as a kid. I would go to Rasputin's as a kid, and I would just go listen to music.
I didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, it's more or less hearing it on the radio or like hearing somebody listen to it. It wasn't like I had a Walkman or I had a CD player or like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
you know
true,
what I mean? Like
even when
I grew up fucking poor.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's leave the poor. It doesn't
poor.
take to listen to music. It doesn't take someone that's rich. Okay, so, but you grew up in Los Baños.
I didn't fucking
When
grow
you
up here.
not grow up, like you turned 18 in Los Baños, right?
Yes.
See, I turned 18, moved out by myself, and would go to Rasputin's and Streetlight Records after work from Target.
Okay.
And I would just go.
Yeah, I didn't get a job until I was like 22 or 23.
Yeah. That was such the coolest thing for me. I was 19, maybe just turned 19. It was a good experience for me. Getting kicked out of my dad. It was a good experience.
So you said you moved out. Now you guys saying you got kicked out.
So I got kicked out of my dad's when I was
so
18.
you didn't move out.
So when I was 18.
You got
like
kicked
literally on my birthday.
On your birthday?
Yeah, 2008 June 23rd.
Oh my God, you just barely graduated high school too.
Yeah. So on my birthday, and then I moved to my grandma's. I didn't like it. I didn't like living in Los Baños.
There wasn't a lot of stuff then,
Yeah.
like at all.
But I didn't like my grandma had the right intentions.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rules. I didn't like.
We know you don't like rules, you rule breaker.
And then so I decided to move to San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy's parents let me live with them. And I was kind of like, they didn't tell me what to do. I was paying rent. They just let me, like, I was 18. I was a grown man. I was an adult. So I just worked, basically did nothing else but work at Target and then go on dates, like experience like life, I guess. But like, I would just.
Are you saying dates? You mean have sex?
Yeah, I meant that. I'm trying not to put my sex life out there anymore because like I'm realizing like Eva's gonna be able to hear this eventually. But yeah, like it was a good experience for me to like I would just go all over the place in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
I would get my rollerblades, take bus 70 everywhere.
Yeah, you fruit booter.
And and then I moved into my buddy. I ended up having to leave that house.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up they moved, and so I moved in with my buddy in an apartment. It was just him and his little family, and in the 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So I had my own place.
You had your own room.
No one telling me what to do. That was, even though it was hard.
Yeah.
Super hard, right? Because I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know, like, I just knew that I just wanted to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to go listen to music. I wanted to go to these cool restaurants. Like 19, like, I was so used to not being able to go. I had money because I worked at Target. So, like, I wasn't able to go to these different restaurants. And like, my parents never took us to these I don't know. I can't explain it. I had choices, right? I got to make the choices.
Okay.
Nobody was telling me anymore. So even going to there's a place called The Counter in San Jose. Like I found The Counter, and to me it was like, oh, I found it. But even it's been there forever, but not forever. But like it was there, and it was such a cool thing to go by myself, get myself there by myself, like, and then eat at this place that a lot of people didn't really know about that were in my groups. And then I would go to I would just go all over the place. There was something that helped me there, like, to be able to make my own decisions and to be able to, because I made a lot of mistakes. Like I ended up stuck places or had a broken down car or just a lot of mistakes. Like, and I learned a lot from that, being wild like that, because I was wild.
You still are like that.
Yeah, but it taught me a
You're
lot.
wild.
But like it really did. Like, I'm not saying like every parent should kick out their kids.
No.
But like, cause we're coming up to
Eva
leaving, right? And there needs to be that you need to push them towards making their own decisions, right?
That kid pretty much makes her own decisions, and all the decisions she pretty much makes are good decisions that we see.
But she needs to make bad decisions.
She's not going to.
Like,
I'm going to tell you that right now.
She needs to learn consequences.
I'm going to tell you she's not going to. You know why? She wouldn't even jump a fucking fence during COVID. Come on.
I never wanted to make bad choices. In high school, never. I wanted to do everything right. I was like, do not touch me. I'm sacred and innocent. Like, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 17. Like, I was like, this is for my true love. All right.
Might be true.
but like I was like super, like, and I smoked weed once.
Was it because you were the chubby kid?
No, it was like my parents weren't strict, but they were really like,
as much as, okay, so
they were really not hard on me, but like they really wanted me to be a good kid.
Okay, so as much as we talk to Eva about things, is that the same way your parents were with you?
Oh, dude.
Or were they?
You really want to get into my trauma of my childhood?
No, I just want to.
No, I'm saying like it was.
No, I don't want to get into
my
trauma.
dad,
I live that every day.
My dad used to sit me down.
No.
My dad
nope.
Nope.
Stop.
My dad. No, I'm gonna say, like, this is why.
Make it short and sweet.
Okay, but my dad used to. My dad used to sit me down for like. So if I do something wrong, or if he didn't like it, he would sit me down, and I would have to stay there.
I know exactly how you feel.
Put my hands, on the chair like this,
armrest,
and I couldn't move. I would just have to look at him and hear him. Like, dude,
I know your trauma.
That's
because I do that with you.
Dude. Let's just say I turned into my dad when he first married me. And I have a lot of things to fix. I was like, that's not humans. That's not how humans do things. But like, that was like, so like my punishment, and sometimes it wasn't even punishment. It was just the way, yes, weird trauma, different. But the way he punished us, and it's not bad. Like, this part, it wasn't as bad.
Was it like traumatic?
This part really taught me a lot. Like, I'll give him that. Like, he taught me a lot with this one. And I've told you before, when we used to get in trouble, most of the time I would have to go pick the plums. I told you that, right?
I'm going to start locking on the house. We have a pomegranate tree that needs picking.
But like, he'd make me pick the plums from a plum tree. And I don't know, it was like a huge plum tree. There had to be well over 1,000 plums.
I think you're over exaggerating.
No,
because if it's the way you are now with like picking up things or cleaning, I can guarantee you probably were just there getting one by one.
But you had no idea.
It wasn't like you literally picked the whole fucking tree. You probably picked 10 for the whole day, to be honest.
But you had no idea like how like psychologically it was so hard, because you knew no one ate these plums.
Did you eat any while you're picking them?
No. Like, no one ate these. We weren't going to eat them. I was going to pick all of them and throw them away. Like, it was such a weird thing. I'm trying to think other, like, And I just
Good
be
thing
out
you guys
there.
didn't have a cherry tree.
Dude, there's that many. It was huge,
I don't believe it.
right? It was huge.
I'm gonna have to ask your grandma if that tree is still there. Is it still there?
I don't know. Yes, it has to be. Has to be. It's in the front. It's not even on our property. It wasn't even on our property.
Was it even on your guys' property?
No.
What? Damn, that is trauma. The whole half of the tree picked, the other half not.
Yeah. So like, but like my dad would tell me things, and I really took. That was my dad. Like I took him to heart. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like one of the reason why I got this tattoo is because my pops told me I had a third eye. Right.
Did you look at your penis when you said that?
But he used to tell me, like, you have a third eye, you look at things different, and which I do.
You do see things differently.
But I took it as like I have a third eye, so I grew up like thinking I had like.
You're kind of like Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Dude, there's.
You were a bad kid, dude. Let's be honest. You were bad.
No, I was just different. Like, so I had a bunch of balloons from my sister. I believe it was my party. My mom like had somebody make balloons for us or something, and it was like I was in 5th grade, and I kept the balloons.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you deflate them or did
no? I just had them still blown up. They're animals,
okay?
right? Or I don't even think they're. But I tied them all together, and I wrapped them around me and went to school like that. I'm not joking. So like I sat down.
What kind of class were you in?
Like, and I sat.
Like, what class were you in?
I was in regular class. I swear to God.
You should have been in a different class.
I swear to God, I was in a regular class. I swear to God. I'm telling you, my mom fought, so I wasn't in special ed, or wasn't like.
You know what? You should have just went.
That's messed up. But like, so
that explains so much. I was kidding.
But like I went to school and like I had all these balloons wrapped around me, and like my teacher had enough.
She probably thought you were like,
Cause
they probably thought you were tripping all the time, so your parents sent you to school with balloons on you.
But,
so if you fell, you wouldn't get
but like she got pissed because every time I moved, it would squeak. Oh,
it's like if your grandma had plastic on her couch and you sat, and it's like.
And like I was even weird. Like that's the thing. Like my mom made me like let me do whatever the fuck I want. Not to the point like I was being a bad kid. Just like to express myself.
Oh, you
Right.
definitely do that now. Get to do whatever you want. You do whatever you want to express yourself.
Like if the teacher told my mom like, oh, he's just talking all the time, he's not listening, my mom would be pissed. So there's certain things like that. Like when it came to what I wanted to wear, like Big Daddy, like if you want to call yourself Frankenstein, where like my mom let me express myself, right? She let me express myself, and when and it's funny because I've never cared about fashion the way I dress. Like I was a weird kid, right? Like
You still don't care on how.
no,
you
I don't,
look.
and I do like part of it's because like I'm more worried about putting in money in different places rather than what I'm wearing, you know. But I can't wait till I have enough money to buy like outfits and stuff. And but no, I had like my parents like bought me Jordans. I had the choice of getting Jordans, and I got these Airwalks that were like I was in middle school.
Airwalks, are those from Payless or Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
was
these.
like, those sound super familiar. Yes, I said Payless.
I think it was freshman or 8th grade. Freshman. It might have been freshman year. But like I got these Airwalks. And like I said, I had the choice of getting I had Air Force Ones. I had all like I had the choice of getting anything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so I got these Airwalks. And they were like $15, $20. They were orange, blue, and white. The rim was white. The shoe, they were like Vans, right? the slip-on Vans. It was mainly orange, and then they had palm trees that were blue. And I wore them with everything. With everything.
What grade was this?
I think
Like
it was
10th
freshman
grade?
year.
10th grade?
Freshman year. Freshman year.
I was only joking. I thought this
No,
was an
I'm
elementary.
telling you, like,
I thought this was an elementary thing.
dude. And then, like, I think I've even said this in the beginning episodes when we
What?
talked. When my mom passed away,
Mhm.
there was a family that said, you know what, we're gonna take you to go. A lot of people like they tried. They helped. A lot of people helped, and people did it in different ways. Food, church,
Mhm.
a lot of different ways. And my a friend's mom took me shopping to the mall. And
Your girlfriend, just say it.
yeah, it was it was a friend. No, it was a friend because she didn't want to date me. But
Was it because you were chubby?
probably, I don't know. I was a nice kid. I was a nice kid and sometimes too nice, right?
Yeah,
So like that's why girls, I believe, didn't want to date me. I was just too nice.
I like you how you are.
Thanks, babe. All right. But she took me shopping and she's like, Jesse, get whatever you want, like $300-400. Back then, like
You can
That's
get a
more
lot of
than that.
stuff with all that
yeah,
money.
I got 2 pairs of shoes plus like 3 or 4 outfits,
Yeah.
right?
What
I
did you
got
get?
these suede all black Nikes. They didn't even have a Nike sign on them. And then I went to Champs. You remember how Champs, I think they still do it, but Champs has like, they're pretty cheap when it comes to their clothes, like 5 shirts for $20.
Oh yeah.
So I got a bunch of tall tees.
Oh God.
I got all the colors. I got like orange, turquoise, a bunch of tall tees. Look, I wasn't even like hardcore into the hyphy movement. All right, I didn't listen to hardcore like music hardcore.
Mhm.
Like I listened to Mac Dre. I listened like some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I just wanted the tall tees. I don't know why, the different colors. And then like she's all, here's $400. Get whatever you want. I don't like clothes. Like I don't look at clothes. I can't put together clothes. Like it wasn't in me. So I was like, fuck it. I'll get whatever, like, I don't know, what's comfortable. And then I also got these jumpsuits, where
No, you didn't.
it was,
You got a tracksuit?
is it a tracksuit? It wasn't like the Adidas tracksuits. It just like, it was like a polo zip, like a zip up, like those sweaters where it's a sweater and then the zipper's right here and you can zip it up into
Okay.
a turtleneck and then you can make it into a collar. But I got those matching sweats. Like I got like a pair.
Were
Like
you
it
in the
was.
fucking mafia?
So I had a black one, a white one, a beige one.
White?
Yeah. All white.
White? How
All-
fast did it take for you to get that dirty?
I don't know, pretty fast. But I would wear them all the time. I look like a complete fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
I don't know. And then the tall tees, man. I don't know. Like, what was the worst thing that you wore as a kid?
Fuck, probably everything. We didn't have a lot of money.
Did you wear a crop top sweater with the shirt underneath?
Probably. So I remember a select few things growing up. I try not to think about when I grew up because it's a lot of trauma. Yeah, like our clothes were not the best, like at all. At all. It was like probably a lot of hand-me-downs, to be honest. I know for sure we probably didn't get like new things. I had some pink Cortezes, not then, but like in high school, but those look nice.
I think it was these ones. They're called oh no, it wasn't those ones.
Those look like
Like,
just black Air Force
The
Ones.
ones like I wore like were just literally no
That-
stitching,
Uh-huh.
no stitching.
How do you even know if they were Nikes though?
They were Nikes. I remember because they had the Nike Air symbol at the
that
on the
symbol
bill.
right there.
Not
Oh, okay.
this, on the bill, whatever it's called.
The tongue.
But like there was nothing here. It was just suede.
Really, it wasn't that.
I think my favorite shoe that I had was the Derek Jeter Jordans.
Derek Jeter had Jordans?
Yeah. The Jeter. Yeah. Like, is there anything
Really?
Yeah. So, Derek Jeter Jordans. Right here. These ones. I had these ones. I had the blue ones. What?
I don't know.
I'm not a shoe guy, and like I don't know. It was just like I'm telling you, I wore the shittiest stuff. My parents let me get whatever I want, but I wore the shittiest stuff.
Yeah. I know. I had to wear whatever was there. Oh God.
But it's been an hour and 10 minutes, guys. I don't know.
Oh my God. What is that?
Oh, you guys, just before we go, there's a video that someone posted I found. It's a nursing home in Taiwan has issued a public apology after it hired a stripper to give a lap dance to seniors during a party on September 7th.
Did she take her boobs out and put his hand on her chest?
Yes.
And they're wearing masks?
Yes. It said it's deeply regrets the decision.
Oh my God.
And like all the workers are like hyping it up. It's all men. Like give them those strippers. You know what I mean? Like let them have those strippers. The Taiwan, I don't know how to say Taiwan Veterans Home says its intention was to lift the elderly residents' spirits.
Oh, they were lifting something.
After previous events at the home were canceled due to a flu outbreak, but the staff will demonstrate a more cautious approach to entertainment going forward. Not one of them
turned away.
Yes, not one of these elderly guys are mad.
The lady in the back is like cheering them on, like, you got this, honey.
Oh, man. You guys, I love you guys. You guys have a great day, great rest of your week.
We'll see
you next weekend. Next week, we got Frankie Robles, a childhood friend who's a stand-up comedian now. And, yeah, he's a MC at the Improv. And I think it's going to be fun. He's the first guy to really show me to go after your dreams. He's the first person I've seen do it. So it'd be cool. Sorry, she's still watching the stripper.
I watched it like 5 times already, and each time I'm finding something different.
If you still haven't checked out the Pasta 209 episode, go check it out right after this. It's just called Pasta 209. It's the episode below us. Give us a review, guys. Let us know how we're doing. I love you guys. It's on Apple Podcasts. Go all the way down. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe. We're at 248. 2 away from 1/4 of where we need to be. You guys also follow us on Instagram, The Hassle of Hair. I love you guys. Oh, what? And if you have an event, party, something coming up, reach out to Raquel at Raquel Diaz Designs and schedule a photo booth for your event, guys. I love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your week, and
bye.